Hello everybody! Today I want to read to you this story that I wrote called Midnight and Moon. It's by Kelly Cooper and Daniel Miyares. So because I wrote the words, that makes me the author. And Daniel told the story with all these beautiful pictures, and that makes him the illustrator. Shall we see what's going to happen? Midnight and Moon, Kelly Cooper and Daniel Miyares, Tundra Books. The girl spots the white foal tucked into the shadows of the poplar tree, like one of winter's last snowdrifts. She tugs at her mother's sleeve. They watch the little horse get up. Its nose butts into a tree. It stumbles over a stone. I wonder what's happening. Then a black foal trots over and presses its cheek into the white foal's shoulder, guiding it toward the open pasture. The two of them walk into the sunshine, the black horse snickering quietly the whole time. The girl draws butterflies and lilac blossoms. She draws the salamander that sleeps beneath the trunk of a tree. "What will we name the new foals?" her mother asks. She moves her pencil up and down and all around. "Midnight," she writes. "Midnight and Moon." Moon can't see, but he hears sounds that other horses ignore. The eggshell crack of a meadowlark hatching, the glide of a salamander into the pond. He knows every horse in the herd by the sound of its hooves. When Moon doesn't know where he is, he whinnies and waits. Thud, 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 thud. And he feels Midnight's cheek against his shoulder. The little girl does not speak, but she hears sounds that other children ignore. The hum of the oven when her mother bakes muffins, the whisper of the cat's paws on the kitchen floor. "Would you like a glass of milk?" her mother asks, and the little girl nods. Have you noticed something about the way the little girl and her mom communicate with each other? Midnight sings Moon to the water hole when Moon is thirsty. She sings him into the shade of the willow trees when the sun is hot. She knickers horse songs that keep him safe from fox dens and fence wire. The girl draws a big door. She draws a tiny girl. Above the door, she makes a great big word: school. And there she is. She's going off to school. I wonder if it's her first day. Moon hears the poplar leaves turning yellow. He hears the salamander burrowing beneath the soft earth at the pond's edge. The other horses don't understand when Moon stands too close. They don't understand when Moon stumbles. The boss horse whinnies when it's time to run, and the herd rushes away like a river. But Midnight comes back for Moon. The boy bounces toward Clara. "What's your name?" he asks. She doesn't answer, but he throws her the ball anyway. He tosses it slowly so she has time to catch it, and she tosses it back. "My name is Jack," he says. She kneels and scratches her name in the dirt where children's feet have worn away the grass. Clara. Tink, tink, tinkle. Moon falls asleep to the sound of ice spreading over the pond. The grass has stopped growing. The horses wake up hungry. "Come midnight, come moon." Moon knows that the mother's voice means hay. "You can give the horses their oats, Clara." The horses crowd round the trough. There is no room for Moon. There's Moon. Only Moon can hear the quiet in and out of the girl's breath, the soft giggle. He follows the sound to a pile of oats on the ground, put there just for him. Jack runs across the frost-colored grass of the soccer field. He kicks the ball to Clara. "Run, Clara," he says, and she does. She runs as fast as the breeze blowing through the bare branches. The bell rings. Clara hears, but Jack keeps running. He runs from the bell as if it were a hornet's nest, runs until she catches the hem of his coat, and they turn to face the school together. Now, have you ever felt like you didn't want to stop playing with a friend when the bell rings? Moon hears the birds fluffing their feathers against the cold. He hears the rattle of wind gusting through the brown November grass. Something is gathering in the sky. Moon feels midnight shiver. They stand shoulder to shoulder for warmth, listening to the older horses mutter. A storm is coming. It's show and tell. Stuffed animals and hockey sticks and ribbons from the fall fair. Jack brought the pedal from his bike. It flew off when he was speeding down the biggest hill in town. All the children take a turn. Everyone but Clara. "Are you ready?" the teacher asks, but Clara shakes her head. You can see there. Clara doesn't look ready, does she? Moon feels the cold wind through his thick coat of hair, feels it lifting his mane. Then snow starts to fall, lots of snow, swirling against the soft skin of his nose. The horses huddle together for warmth. The boss horse is quiet, and the herd shifts this way and that. Where is the warm place? Which way in the snow? The school bus almost drives past Clara's stop because the blizzard erases hills and trees and turns in the road. Clara's mother wants her to stay in the house, but she won't. The two of them go to the barn to see if the horses have found their way in the storm. Her mother holds her hand tightly as they wade through the drifts. "Wait here," her mother says. "Don't let go of the fence." The loose end of the chain that holds the gate closed jingles like a bell in the wind. Clara feels snow sting her face. Her mother comes out of the barn and shakes her head. No horses. Moon hears the beating hearts of the other horses. He feels midnight shivering beside him. The wind howls. Which way? Which way do we go? Then, through the sound of the storm, Moon hears the music of an open gate. Clara thinks of the horses, cold and hungry and lost. She opens her mouth, and the words are a whisper, 4 snowflakes swept away by the wind. The boss horse doesn't move. Midnight doesn't move. None of the horses hear what Moon hears. He steps out of the herd and starts walking, nickering for midnight. Then all the horses begin to walk in a wind-tossed line, following Moon as Clara's voice leads them home. There's Clara and Jack on the last page. I wonder what's happening. I wonder if Clara drew those pictures. And I wonder if Jack is doing the talking. Don't you think we all need a friend to help us sometimes? And I think we sometimes need friends who are different from us. Thanks for listening to me reading this story to you. Bye-bye.